This is Star Wars The Old Republic. This is my mercenary healer. And I wanted to make a little video here about an upcoming change, possible change in the game. I'm not sure yet. Judging from the words of the developers on the game forums, it sounds like a change is coming. And I want to make a little bit of a preface here. I don't want to insult anyone who does not deserve it. I'm going to be a little harsh on PvP here, and I'll explain it. I don't want to insult people who are cool and love PvP. They treat everyone respectfully, and there's no problem. However, there's PvP is always hurting in games. It's hurting in the Old Republic because there's some people who are attracted to PvP who are not really PvP players. They're griefers. And I'll give you a little background to me before I get into this. I'm an old timer. I've been doing this a long time. I was a teenager when Atari Pong came out. An idea how long I've been around. When online gaming became a thing, it really seemed intriguing to me. PvP became a possibility, and I thought this would be a really, really awesome thing. And I, perhaps naively, felt that it was going to be, an honorable contest between respectful adversaries. And the opposite kind of proved to be true. I met a lot of cool people doing it. But sadly, the game mode attracts the lowest of the low, the griefers. So I stuck with it for years, and I always thought, well, a little mature. The juvenile scumbags will, eventually get bored of this and move on. And it just didn't happen. Sadly, the game mode is just too attractive to these freaks, and it hurts PvP. It always has. Here's the change, if it happens. Game update 5.2. The War for Iokath is going to change the Iokath story instance into an open world area with dailies, and it's being promoted as an open world PvP area as well. Now, not too long ago, the game made a rather big change, and I thought it was pretty cool. Every server has a PvE instance and a PvP instance, so there's something for everybody. If you want open world PvP, it doesn't matter what server you're on. You just switch to the PvP instance, and everyone's flagged for PvP, and open world PvP is the rule. And if you want PvE, you don't have to worry about griefers, you went to a PvE instance, and in that PvE instance, one cannot be flagged for PvP. So really there's something for everyone, and the only person who could be discomfited is the griefer. You should not be accommodated anyway. That's not how it always was. Previous to that change, one could easily be flagged in PvE. Contrary to the bogus claim, constantly parroted by griefers, that it's impossible. You had to directly target an enemy and attack them. You're bad, it's your fault, learn to play. No, and I'm going to demonstrate that here. I think this is coming back to Iokath. A little hard to believe because, like I said, they made a big change to game mechanics when they changed the servers to have both PvE and PvP instances. So it just seems unlikely to me that they're going to do this, but the wording so far implies it. Let me demonstrate, all right? These combat training targets here, okay? They have yellow nameplates. This is what happened when we had the old PvE instance, all right? An enemy faction, opposite faction player would flag themselves for PvP, and their nameplate goes yellow. And just like any NPC that has a yellow nameplate, you can be attacked. You can get into combat with it, all right? So now a little bit more of the mechanics here. I want to be very clear. This may seem a little blunt and a little too repetitive, maybe, but I want to make it very clear that when I demonstrate how they do this, I am not targeting anything, all right? At the bottom of my screen here, you can see all my abilities there. Above that double stack there at the bottom, you see two portraits. It's me and my companion, and above that there's a blank target frame there, a blank portrait. That's the target frame. So you can see it's blank, I'm not targeting anything. So now I'm going to target my companion, target nothing, target my companion, nothing, companion, nothing, target dummy, other target dummy, nothing, target dummy, my companion, nothing, target dummy, Now nothing. I just want you to see that difference because I just want to be very clear when I do this that I am not targeting anything. All right. And I'm going to use an AoE heal. And the Commando and the Mercenary Healer, that's what this is, Mercenary Healer, one of their AoE heals, or area of effect heals, has a slow on it, which is a debuff, and will put you in combat. It can't be more clear than this, all right? I'm not targeting anything, and I'm going to put this on the ground. I have no target. And they're going to go red. Yeah, they're red. I'm in combat. I'm flagged. My combat indicator went red. Their nameplates go red. It happens every time. I don't know how anyone can deny this. It can be demonstrated so simply. They go red. I'm in combat. I'm flagged. I won't target anything. All right, that's my heal. This is an AoE attack. I'm not targeting anything. I have no target. I'm flagged. So all they do. This is what griefers do. They wait for you to get in combat with an NPC. You've got quest objectives in PvE. Then they run up and they stand there. And they just hope that you or your companion uses an AoE ability. If you've got a tank companion, they use an AoE taunt, you're flagged. They use an AoE attack, you're flagged. You use an AoE attack, you're flagged. And invariably they have their friends waiting around. And as soon as you're flagged, they just all jump in and kill you. I've seen them do this to people many, many times, many games. In the Old Republic, they did it all the time. Certain areas were notorious for it. Section X was popular. Oricon was popular for it. Ilum was kind of popular for it. Yavin was kind of popular for it. I don't want to see PvP be hurt more than it is. I mean, I want people to have fun. I already see people complaining there's not enough PvP. You can't find people like, there's not a lot of people who like it. A player introduced to PvP like this never wants to do it. So I don't know if this change is really going to happen or not. It seems unlikely that they're going to make such a mechanical change backwards, but developers often do, very incomprehensible things. Now, maybe in the next couple of days, we're going to hear more, and it will be clarified completely. But the way they stated it, they said that, well, you don't have to do any PvP unless you flag yourself. That implies that flagging yourself is going to happen in the PvE instance. There's no flagging as it is now. Now it's automatic. You can't flag yourself now. You've got to go into the PvP instance, and then you're automatically flagged. You go into the PvE instance, and you're not flagged. You can't be flagged. So since they talk about flagging oneself, it suggests it's going to be like the old way. And already the forum is full of griefers salivating over this, thanking the developers. They can't wait. As one person says, they can't wait for the tears of the PvEers who are going to be, repeatedly killed. They can't wait to return to the old days, and it just illustrates how this is going to go. Does PvP really need to get a worse name than it has? And it doesn't matter how many cool people there are in PvP. There's plenty of griefers. It's not the cool people who determine the tone of the game mode. It's the jerks. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to make it clear, because you will hear that this is not possible. You will hear again and again that it was never possible, that it isn't possible, that it was fixed, that you're bad, it's your problem, you're targeting an enemy. No. Don't target anything, and you are in combat. That's how it works. That's how it works. I just wanted to clear up any doubt about that. So I'll cut this off here. There's not much more point going on about this. But I think there might be some players who are new to the game, have only seen the current server state, and are not aware of how it was previously. And in the future, with IOCATH, it may be like it was.